Hey YouTube, CSD113 here from CPU Rush Gaming, and today, as you can see, this window is a little bit different than any game I would be playing because I'm not playing a game. I'm creating a Bukkit plugin for a Java plugin for Bukkit. Sorry, I'm a little bit mixed up today. You would probably know that by if you were to have found my video somewhere and clicked it because of the title. Now this is going to be for beginners who really want to learn how to code or create a Bukkit plugin that's simple or can even get hardcore. I mean, I don't know Java, but I didn't know Java. I do know Java now. I didn't know Java, but then I watched a few tutorials on this, and I worked on it, and I kept working on it, and I really fell in love with Java, and so I became good enough that now I'm gonna do a little mini series for you guys. I'm also going to be posting videos as I learn new things. So say I learn how to use Spout. Sorry for any background noise. If I learn how to use Spout, I'm going to teach you guys how to use Spout. So if you see over here, it says Marriage and the Bandhammer. These are two plugins that I've been working on but discontinued for a little while because I don't know Spout, which I'm working on. It's coming along quite well. Now this is I'm using a Mac, but it also works exactly the same on a PC, it's a little bit laid out differently up at the top. Now also, I just wanted to know if you see something like this, like it pops up on the side, it's because my toolbar is right next to the recording area, so it's gonna bring this stuff up and show it to you, so just ignore that in the case that it happens because I have no control over it. My mouse sometimes slips, whatever, doesn't really matter. So the first thing you're going to want to do is create your package, which is basically the shell for your plugin. It's going to host everything that you have, and then you're going to use that to export it into a proper working plugin. If you don't know how Bukkit works, like how to set up a server, put it in the comment section below, and I will make a video explaining exactly how to set it up, port forwarding on different router types, and various other things like that. So we're going to go to File and create a new package, but since the way that this is set up, you can't see the little toolbar above, so I'm just on Max in full screen mode. It should be right above this little minimization icon. Click File, there's all this stuff, go to New, just don't click it, just mouse over it, and then click Java Project. Now, here's where you enter your project name. I recommend that you put a capital at the beginning, just because it allows for a lot more compatibility down the road. So, YouTube, because I'm making a YouTube video. Now, if I slip up in my speaking, it's because I'm not used to doing videos like this, if you know what I mean, from watching my other videos, or I'm just telling you, so I might slip up on what I say, and I'll apologize, whatever, just don't give me a hate or anything. So then you click Finish or hit the Enter key. I'm going to hit the Enter key because it does the same thing. Now if you see over here, it gives you your package. Now there's a little arrow thing here. Click that and it'll bring down this SCR and the JRA system library. This is your Java. This is like, don't touch this because it's important. SCR, this is where your package is. Classes, everything that the plugin runs on is kept. Now, in order for Eclipse to recognize that we're making a plugin for Bukkit, we need to right-click YouTube, go down to Properties at the very bottom. It should usually be on Resources. Click Java Build Path, and then click Libraries if it isn't already selected. Then you click Add External Jars. It's the second one down. Find Craft Bukkit, open it up, and hit OK. There you go. You have, and when you open this up, it should give you like a new folder type thing called Reference Libraries. This is where all of your external jars are going to go. This isn't actually saved along when you, like if you were to export this, it doesn't copy this and save it down inside of the plugin. This is just what it allows Eclipse to know that when you're typing something, it isn't actually an error, it's in fact completely proper. So in order for Eclipse to know that if we type something wrong, it's actually right, we're going to need to right-click Craft Bukkit, go down to Properties, and then click JavDoc Location. Now this will be in the description. This is Bukkit's like local. This is their JavDoc location. So just paste that in there and click validate. And if it says package list and index.html been found, you're good to go. That's all you need. Now hit OK, and you're done. You can close that up and we can start in with the coding. So what you're going to want to do to create your own package, or your first package, is right-click SCR, New, and then go down to Package. Then this is quite important for compatibility down the road. So type me.yourname, and then your package name. And remember, make sure that it's a capital, otherwise you're going to run into some issues. So YouTube, hit finish, and there you go. There's your package. Now, if you want to add a class, which you sort of have to, you right-click on your package, New, and then go to Class. Now, it's going to need a name. It's going to automatically pop up on this one. Go in and just type main or whatever you want it to be. Make sure that the first letter is capital. Main, finish, and there we go. Main.java, it should open it up right here in the center. Now, this is your package, or this is your class where everything is red. But one thing you need to make sure of is that everything is within these two brackets. If I type something down here, it's not gonna get red. It's gonna, well, it did actually get red, but it won't tell it that it's like, it won't read as a part of the plugin. So public class, main, and now we need to do our first import. Now this is where we're telling the plugin that it is a plugin. So write extends, space, and then make sure that this is exactly how I typed it, because Java is really case sensitive, and it's also, if you spell something wrong, it's not going to work. Your plugin's going to die. Java plugin. Now make sure Java, the J and the P are capitals. Now it's going to pop up like a little light bulb with a X on it. That means that it's an error and it can't resolve the problem. So this either means you spelled something wrong, put a capital where you weren't supposed to, or vice versa, or you need to import. So this is where that JavDoc thing comes into play. This is the import. So import Java plugin from org.bukkit.plugin.java. Click this and it will give you an import here. Now that's important. And you just made your first import. Good job. Yeah, so now we're going to get into the in bracket sort of stuff. Alright, now one good thing about Java is that it reads tab. So tab, right there. Make sure that the first one is under main. I'm just going to paste this in, paste, so I'm going to need to tab, there we go. So what this is public final logger equals logger get logger Minecraft. Now what it's telling is, this means paste to the console in a sense. It logs everything and whatnot. Now it's got that little light bulb with the X again. That means you need to import logger. So go import and java.util.logging. It'll import it up there, and you're good. So you can just hit that a few times, and then now we'll start on the next step. So the next step, we're going to need to tab until it's under logger. Paste this in, because it'll take too long so it always puts it back a little bit. Tab, I love you tab, there we go. So public static main plugin. So what this does is, instead of typing your main or your package or whatever, you can just type plugin in it. Detect, it means that it now recognizes this instead of this. This is for people who have really long class names, and this is useful. If your class is named main, it's not really much of a problem. Now, the next thing we're going to need to do is make it so that there's void on enable and void on disable. And this basically will paste into the terminal window or your CMD window that it started up and that it's loaded the plugin successfully. So we need to type in this. So void paste. Void, so it says override, and then public void on enable. Now it shows this here because I'm pasting this stuff in, so there's a bit missing, which I'm going to get to next. Now I'm going to paste this next part in, and then I'll explain all of it, and don't worry, all the source code will be in the description, so there's no worries if you don't get this, just copy and paste it right from the description of this video. Okay, so hit enter, and it should bring you up with a little other bracket, and it will remove the error from here. Notices that this is a complete thing. Now I'm going to paste this right in here, and what this is plugin description file, PDF file equals this.getDescription. Now what this does is it pulls it from a file called plugin.yml. Every single plugin requires you have plugin.yml, and I'll get into that next. So this requires an import. So just import that in there. And now we're going to go and do the same sort of thing for void on disable. So what this does is also, says PDF file.getName. So it tells the name, which is YouTube, the version, so it'll say that it'll say YouTube 1.1 and then has been enabled. So this is sort of important. You don't require this, but the public void on enable and public void on disable, those are required. So now we need to do the paste. So this is public void on disable, plugin description, PDF file, blah blah blah. You can do using copy and paste and then just change enabled to disabled, but you need the public void on disable. This is going to be like a really simple, fast thing because there isn't much issues to this. So enter, and now we're going to create. Now before anything else, let's go and create the plugin.yml. So click on your package, and then go into like some empty space and right click, and then hit new. Go down to file and click that, and then your plugin name is your file name is plugin.yml. It's lowercase p. Hit finish, and it will bring up your plugin.yml. So I can minimize that. So plugin.yml, it has nothing in it. Now hold on a second while I just grab the information that needs to be in it. I got the file or the text that I needed, so open up your plugin.yml, and here it is. So this is what you need. This is because I took this from my Bandhammer plugin. So name colon YouTube or whatever your name is. The main, so that's the package. Package is me.csd113.youtube, and then the class is .main or is main. So it goes your package name dot and then your main class name. This your version. So I'm gonna put 1.0. Description: the best band plugin out there. The best tutorial plugin out there. And then commands, we'll get into this in a little bit later. So exit that, right click on plugin.yml and hit refresh. And then everything else is back in here. So yeah. So what we need to add in now is that it tells, it knows the sender. So we put in public Boolean, and a Boolean basically returns either true or false. False means it displays the command, true means it doesn't. So, on command, command sender, which needs to be imported. Let's just quickly import that. Command, which also needs to be imported. That's just saying that it is a command that's it's adding. CMD, command something. String, command label, string, and then your args. this sort of stuff doesn't really come in until later, but you need the public boolean and everything. So we can go down one, and it creates like a bracket. Okay, why is it giving me an error? Okay, so it doesn't have a return statement. That will be added. So sometimes, another thing is, sometimes these require another type of statement or another bracket or whatever. So we're going to leave this for a few seconds until we add in the command, and then we add in the return sentiment thing. So the next thing we need to do is we need to tell this that it's a player command. So I'm going to paste this in here. Player equals player space sender. And sender is who the player is that sent it. And then so this is going to need to be imported. Player org.bukkit.entity. So it's saying that player is legitimate. And now I'll go down, and this is where we're going to add in the command and if it's case sensitive or not. Now we're adding an if statement. The if statement is basically what the command is and then what gets displayed afterwards. So it knows that it's the player and the player sender. So I'll paste this in here, and it is if command label space or dot equals ignore case. So this means you can type this command in full caps and it won't make a difference. So this is where you're going to put your command. So I'm going to do test me. And then down here it's player.sendMessage, and then in brackets chat color dot, we're going to need to import chat color dot blue, or your color has to be all in caps, space plus space, and then your little brackets. And now this is what happens after it's been sent. So I'm going to put test sent. And then this has got a bug because get rid of that. And then this right here, this return false, this is the boolean. See, it's linked. It like lights it up. This is where, like, this is what it was lacking before, why it was all red. So if I were to like delete this, it gives this error back saying that add return statement or whatever. So now what we need to do is go back into the plugin.yml. So open up plugin.yml. And here's where commands come into. It has to have this. So go in, hit double space, and then your command. So it's test me. Test me, colon, enter 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then description. Colon, space, and then a description of what it does for when they type /version space plugin or something like that. So description is a cool test plugin. Now just save it, and you're actually done. It's not as hard as it seems, but you may be lacking a few of these things. Now you need to make sure you refresh this, refresh, and now you can go and export. Now this is a bit difficult if you don't know how to do it. So I would highlight it, go to File, down to Export, click jar file. It should be right under Java. Jar file, hit Next, and then here it is. So SCR, it's your package, main.java, blah blah blah. This is everything that's here. Click that, and then down here you rename it. So I'm gonna be this. So it's .jar. This will go straight onto my desktop, and then just click Finish, and there we go. We just created the plugin, and I will get back in just a second into Minecraft, where I have installed this plugin onto a test server. So I'm just going to pause the video for a second. Alright, so I jumped straight into Minecraft itself on a little server I set up just to test this out. It's working just fine. I can type /plugins, and it shows YouTube as an enabled plugin. Now let's do that command that I told you. So /test me test send. It's as easy as that. If you didn't really understand it, just go rewatch the video. I mean, I explained it as basically as I possibly can. The source code will be in the description. I can't break stuff because I'm supposed to spawn. I've got I'm not opt because I just like set this up right now. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was not that hard to make, but I love to make videos for you guys. I know that it's sort of difficult to start making videos about something that you're not too sure about yourself, but I assure you everything I did is legit. It's not going to steal your Minecraft account or whatever, because I mean I would need like 400 classes for that or something. And if you still don't trust me, go run it through your local nerd, and he'll go through and tell you that it's legit. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, go click that thumbs up button, and if you have any questions, leave it in the description, or I did that again. Leave it in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, because I mean we take time out of our lives to do this for you. You should, I mean, it's the least you can do to support what we're doing for you. So yeah, don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, which I already said. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. CSD113 over and out. More tutorials when I start learning more about this new language. So yeah, alright, thanks guys. CSD113 over and out. Bye.